Hey everybody, my name is Eric and it is Wednesday and that means it is pitch day here on the channel. So the reason I picked Wednesday to be pitch day is because when I was studying film at LACC, Los Angeles City College, Wednesday was my screenwriting class and my favorite time is when we had pitch day. That's when people would come in and pitch their short thesis film or their calling card film to Hollywood. What was a lot of fun was sometimes there would be really cool movies, but then there would be these big, elaborate, multi-$100 million scripts that there is no way a first time screenwriter could sell. Now, to be honest, I am writing a big budget sci-fi family movie right now, but I have a short film that's won awards. I wrapped my first feature film that I'm currently editing, and I have a entertainment lawyer who could help me get these scripts out to people. Well, now that I got that out of the way, while I was in film school, I had this script for a short called Fortune Cookies. And I kind of became known as the fortune cookie guy to some people because of the script and the pitch. I tried to make the movie twice and whew, it failed miserably. No, I think three times now that I think about it. Wow. One time I was starring in it. Second time it was one of my buddies, and it wasn't for school. I was trying to get into the Disney Fellowship. So, enough about that. Let's talk about the movie. So, like all my scripts, it takes place in a small town. Picture a Nantucket kind of town, small, beautiful, tourist season. Everybody knows everybody. And in this island town, there is a bank, small, quaint little bank. This is a Hallmark movie, by the way. So at the bank, there are two people who work there, George and Mary. Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life is one of my all-time favorite movies. George and Mary are both tellers, but they want more. In fact, Mary is in line to become a banker. George wants to be a banker, but he's just too shy. He doesn't have the gumption in him to say, hey, I would like to get a raise. I would like a better position. Now, him and Mary are madly in love with each other. They just haven't told each other. It's the end of the day. They're talking about what their plans are for the weekend. George talks about how the local movie theater is doing the Frank Capra retrospective, another It's a Wonderful Life reference. Mary says, yeah, she heard about that on the radio, and she asks George if he's going with someone special. George tells her, I usually like to go to these things by myself. He immediately hates himself for saying that. Mary's heart is broken, but she's got her poker face on. She says, I hope you have a good weekend. Walks away. George is left alone, feeling stupid, dumb, and like a loser. He gets home, he's watching TV, local baseball team. That's how small this town is. Then, while he's watching the game, he just stops and goes, Mary, usually I go to these things by myself. But I'd really like to go with you this time. Cut to Mary, sitting in her apartment, watching the same game. She's just looking around, nobody's there, and she goes, wow, George, that sounds great. I'd love to go with you. Cut back to George, talking to his mom, saying how his day went, his plans for the weekend. A knock comes on the door. He says, hey, Mom, I gotta go. It's my Chinese food. He gets to the door, and there is an old Chinese man there with kind of a gleam in his eye, like he's a little whimsical. And when he speaks, we're not going to give him like a old, stereotypical old Chinese accent. No, he's got this super cool, kind of a surfer, no, more of a hippie-ish vibe to him. He hands George his food. George is about to walk away, but he tells him, "Aha, you forgot your fortune cookie." George tells him, "I normally don't eat those." The old man does these cool hand moves, puts his hand to George's ear, and pulls out a fortune cookie. I probably should have had a fortune cookie, but I didn't order Chinese last night. Sorry. So he hands the cookie to George. George is shocked and says, "Where did you get that?" He goes, the Chinese man makes another joke and then hands it to George and says, "This is a very important cookie. It's your cookie." Hands it to him. Old man walks away. George closes the door, starts eating his food. He opens the cookie and it reads, "George, I really think it's time you ask out Mary." So, through the whole movie, these magical fortune cookies start appearing and give George advice about life and what he should do. He gets to date Mary, his career gets better, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, it's not every time he orders Chinese food the magic fortune cookies appear. They just start appearing in the craziest places. So, yeah, that is my pitch for fortune cookies. Did you like it? What do you think? Comment below and let me know. Now, if for some reason you like this video, I'm going to ask you to do me two big favors. Number one, please hit that like button. And if you're feeling especially kind, please hit that subscribe button. Have a great day.